Do you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies, inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies. We love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hey, this is Jason Kleberg from the Force 5 podcast, a show that forces a guest to come up with a movie-themed top 5 list topic, and then we reveal our picks on air. Top 5 heist films, top 5 tearjerkers, top 5 movie dogs. Every show you'll be asking yourself, what would be on my list? Guests include directors, screenwriters, actors, podcasters, musicians, authors, and even a professional wrestler. Subscribe to the Force 5 podcast, and you won't just be a listener, you'll be a list nerd. The Force 5 podcast, available wherever you're listening now.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Extra.
Welcome to Wake Up Heavy, the world's greatest horror movie podcast.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
In this episode, my weird dad will be talking about
Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes.
Hello and welcome to Wake Up Heavy, Recollections of Horror. This is Mark Begley, your host. I am currently at the beginnings of a cold, so excuse my voice for this. Shouldn't be long, though, because this is strictly a news episode. And the news is Wake Up Heavy will finally be joining a podcast network. I'm not sure if I've made my feelings known about networks in the past. They are mostly of the neutral variety. I've pondered what I would do if someone asked me to be on a network. It's never really come up before. I had it in my head that I would probably not do that because I don't want any restrictions on what I do, any recommendations on how to do things or what to record about. Again, hasn't come up, so my thoughts about it are pretty irrelevant. However, Chris Dashew from the Culture Cast and Mike White from the Projection Booth podcast, two of my favorite co-hosts, two of my favorite shows, two of my favorite podcast people, have joined their considerable forces and started a podcast network called Weirding Way Media. If you know, you know.
This is part of the Weirding Way.
And it's a no-brainer for me to join up with these two guys. The main impetus for this is that it's their network. We're going to start doing some shows together. We already have one in the works. There's possibilities for tons of other things. They are inviting other shows and already have other shows under their respective umbrellas that will soon combine. I've actually invited somebody already, so it should be a pretty cool network. The major change that's going to take place with my show is because this is a network, because it's through Spreaker. Well, that's one big change. I will be changing hosts. So SoundCloud will no longer be my host. I probably won't have anything on SoundCloud at a certain point because to sync with SoundCloud, you also have to have an account there. I could keep my account, but I don't really see any reason why. So first off, to loyal SoundCloud users and listeners, I apologize. I have enjoyed them as a host for the most part. I can't really complain about anything. I have unlimited upload capacity. I've never seen anything really hinky going on in the back end or in the recordings. I like the look of their page that I control, but the arrangement here is with Chris and Mike, and they are Spreaker users. That's the first big change, moving the hosting to Spreaker. And I will be taking care of that here in the next week, and I'll get to more of that at the end. The other big change is that there will now be ads on the show. This is probably one of the particulars about being on a network that was the least attractive to me. Most of the podcasts that I listen to have ads. Some of them don't. I know a workaround to avoid the ads at the beginning of episodes on Spreaker. Interior ads within the episode, there's really no avoiding. If you listen on iTunes, you can skip ahead using the Spreaker player, you can. But again, there's ways to get through ads. You can fast forward on most podcast players. This is a part of the plan that they have to be able to have a network on Spreaker. All content must contain ads. There is nothing I can do about that. We have already imported my show to Spreaker. You can go check it out if you want. It's not connected to iTunes or anything else right now. It's just on Spreaker, just like it is on SoundCloud, basically. There are ads at the beginning and end of every episode of my show that are on there now, because when you import it, it just automatically happens. Anything over 50 minutes, they recommend and would like you to have a certain number of ads. I am leaving with Chris's okay. I'm leaving these episodes, the pre-existing episodes that were done on SoundCloud on my dime per my annual fee. We're leaving them as is. They will just have ads at the beginning and end of the episodes. No internal ads. I will start creating ad breaks in my shows to accommodate those ads so that I can insert them where I want them to go so that they don't just happen while someone's talking in the middle of a clip, so on and so on. That is kind of annoying, and I have heard that happen in shows that I listen to on Spreaker. The solution for this, if ads are just absolutely abhorrent to some listeners, I will be opening the Patreon page back up to include episodes that are completely free of ads. Now, I've been told by people that know better than me not to offer the $1 a month tier for things. Most people don't do it. I don't need to make money off of this. There are some things other than hosting that I do pay for, but you have to charge something on Patreon, basically. I could go a $2 per month, so $24 a year. I really don't want to go any higher than that. I don't think being ad-free is worth paying $3 a month for. Maybe you do, I don't know. But that is going to be the option. If you cannot stand ads during the course of an episode, then you can become a Patreon subscriber and listen to the episodes ad-free. And that will be any episode going forward. I'm not going to load up the 120 or so episodes that I currently have to Patreon. I am planning the change to take place between September 5th and September 6th. So Labor Day evening, I will disable my SoundCloud account and hopefully get everything into iTunes and other podcast players that same night. Hopefully there won't be any disruption in your ability to listen to the show. Now, I haven't done this before, so I don't know how smoothly it goes. Wake Up Heavy Recollections of Horror might disappear from iTunes for a short bit while it updates, but it will be back. As far as subscriptions and things like that, if people are subscribed to the show, you may have to resubscribe. If that means that all the episodes download again, I apologize in advance for that. You can always go through and delete them, save yourself some space on your phone or your computer or iPad or other device. If you've downloaded episodes, those should be on your phone still. I don't think it matters what the hosting site is or anything like that. If for some reason people go back and listen to older episodes, you should have it on your phone. If not, I guess re-download. I don't know what will happen to reviews and ratings. They may disappear as well. If you have left a review, it would be nice if you would leave it again. You could go in to iTunes, copy and paste your review, and reinsert it later, they might stay. I really don't know. I haven't done this before. Not that big of a deal starting over since I don't have that many of either, but it would be nice if they stayed. Excuse me, if they stayed. The other work that I will have to do is changing all the links, all the embed players on my website. That's not very easy, hard to do. I have already started on the oldest entries on the blog, inserting the Spreaker player as opposed to the SoundCloud player. I'll update Linktree and all that good stuff will hopefully happen as quickly as possible at the beginning of next week after Labor Day. If you notice a dead link somewhere where you've listened to the show before, let me know, please. And if you're having any other kinds of troubles after this change happens, let me know. Other than not being able to listen to it on SoundCloud. That's just an inevitability with this. The show will pretty much disappear from SoundCloud. I will probably leave this episode on there on the free account, but that will be it. I'm excited to join up with those guys. The financial motivation for me is that I will no longer have to pay for hosting. This will free up that money to either go towards an actual Zoom account, since they have made their restrictions tougher on their free accounts, or I really should have a pro Dropbox plan, which I don't have, and we'll see. Free hosting is the main financial incentive. The biggest incentive, though, is being connected with Chris and Mike and this catalog of shows that they're curating. I'm very happy to do that. Hopefully that helps my show grow. If not, that's fine too. I'm stressed out about losing all my stats, but we'll just start over with Spreaker. I have numbers for the old stuff, and we'll go forward. I think that about covers it. Now the show will have ads. There are workarounds for ads. The other option will be to join Patreon. I'll probably stick with the $1 a month thing still. It won't be $1 per episode. It'll just be $1 per month. We'll go to a monthly fee schedule, and whatever is released during the month, you will be able to listen to ad-free. That'll be the main proponent of that. And other than that, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this goes as smoothly as possible. And I would hate to have an extended period where the show disappears and people can't find it. I doubt that will happen. I know plenty of shows have changed networks multiple times. They pop right back up with all their episodes intact. Sorry about my voice, but I wanted to get this out roughly a week before the change happened. And I think I've just about had it now, so I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my voice. I hope everyone who was following the show before continues to follow. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool. Still f***ing hot here and gonna get worse. And I will see you over on Spreaker. The August Watch episode will either be the last official episode on SoundCloud or very likely the first official episode on Spreaker. Just depends on when I get around to recording it. All right, thanks for listening. Have a great day, and don't forget,
Anything can happen when you wake up heavy. Ho, 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 ho.